What's up, people? I am John of Video Games in the World, here with the latest news, everybody. I'm totally poking the hornet's nest here with this one, everybody. So this weekend, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie has been announced, and we got the cast. Among the cast are very well-known big names such as Jackie Chan, Ice Cube, Rose Byrne, Paul Rudd, Maya Rudolph, Giancarlo Esposito, and Seth Rogen. And the Turtles will be voiced by teenage actors, which I think it's cool. It's coming this summer, and I hope it's a good movie. Now, the Ninja Turtles are something I hold very dearly since childhood. I remember watching the 1980s cartoon, the 3 live-action movies of the 1990s, the 2003 cartoon, the 2007 CGI movie, and the 2014 and 2016 live-action movies, which weren't as good. I've played many of the video games, and I also own 2 volumes of the Mirage comics. Not enough, but at least I read most of the Mirage comics online, so I'm okay. I've also read the IDW comics, which were just as dark as the Mirage comics from the 1980s. But here's the thing. The movie has been announced and has not been released yet. Unfortunately, there are people who come out of the woodwork to review bomb something because they saw something that they didn't like and get offended for the sake of being offended, or because they think it's woke and SJW propaganda. I'm talking about the recent look of the character of April O'Neil. We all remember April O'Neil being the first human friend that the Turtles befriended. We have seen different versions of April in the comics, the cartoons, and the movies. In the 80s cartoons and live-action movies of the 1990s and 2010s, she was portrayed as a news reporter. But in the comics and the 2003, 2012, and 2019 cartoons, she is portrayed as a computer whiz. Since the comics, we have seen April O'Neil as a white woman. In the cartoons of the 80s, 2003, and 2012, she was also a white woman. In the live-action movies and 2007 CGI movie, she was white. Then, in the 2019 cartoon Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, April was presented as a black female. In this new and upcoming movie, she is portrayed as a plump, black female. And that's why these people are review bombing. Jesus Christ. I've seen these tweets on Twitter and OMG. The backlash is unsurprisingly big. You see people saying that April is white and that they should stop race swapping characters to make them more diverse. Some people are being pervy, asking why she is fat and not sexy and bangable. Oh my god. People who cry woke are now worse than the ones crying stuff like problematic, the male gaze, and all that crap. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go see the movie for myself, and when it comes out, I will review the movie myself and tell whether it's good or bad. I'm not going to listen to neither the mainstream media nor the hashtag #GetWokeGoBroke people. And I just heard how Geeks and Gamers is calling them the social justice Ninja Turtles. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's so laughable. His rant is laughable as an Amy Schumer joke. And to think Amy Schumer's not funny. And thinks that this movie is pushing identity politics and calling it Double Oppression Olympics. I'm not surprised he would make a dumbass ranting video calling this identity politics for 5 fucking minutes. He of course ranted about Ariel being black in The Little Mermaid. Of course, he would compare this to the 2016 Ghostbusters, which I disliked. And he also had to bring the movie that totally fried his brain, The Last Jedi. Here's the thing. To me, April will always be a white female since I grew up seeing her as a white female. In the Mirage comics, she was originally white. She has also been black in occasional comics and cartoons over the years. And she, one day, may be either Asian or Latina or Indian. If you disagree with April O'Neil being black without being racist about it, okay. But if you're one of those people saying, "Oh no, she's black, woke agenda," then that's being a racist asshole. Now, with April being fat and people calling this woke and SJW, it kind of reminds me of the time when She-Ra and the Princesses of Power premiered on Netflix. They said that it was woke propaganda because there's LGBTQ characters such as Adora, Catra, Bo, Glimmer, etc. As for Glimmer, they were like, "Oh no! They made her fat! Get her away! Get her away! Get her away!" I never saw it until months ago, and I gotta say that it's an awesome cartoon. It's not like the old 80s cartoon that was awesome, but that show was pretty cool. The culture war has totally damaged how we watch movies, shows, read comics, play video games, etc. Something is always either problematic or a hidden agenda. Now, the whole thing of SJWs going after entertainment seemed to have died down over the years. Now, a lot of that stuff seemed to have died down, and I see SJWs now as nothing more than pesky flies. When you think of SJWs, you think of these people such as Anita Sarkeesian, Zoe Quinn, Brianna Wu, Francesca Ramsey, Jonathan McIntosh, Captain Andy, Tamavella, Cinia Jones, Frost Curran, and so many more of their ilk. We hear shit from SJW saying stuff like, not enough women in The Mandalorian, Anita Sarkeesian complaining about boob armor of female Mandalorians in Season 2, and Frost Curran like, women do not exist to be nice in the eyes for you. And McIntosh would be like, Tracer was designed for the male gaze, etc. Just pesky fly crap. Pesky fly BuzzFeed crap. But the anti-SJWs have grown a lot worse. A lot worse. Because when you fight monsters, you will end up becoming one. Everything to people like Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Doomcock, Eric D. July, Yellow Flash, Varadark, Melanie Mac, Mecha42, Ryan Kinnell, Josiah Rises, etc. These people exemplify that very famous quote from The Dark Knight.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
And the very villains the anti-SJWs have become. It's a damn good thing I left that circle, because in the end, I learned that misery loves company. When you go to the movie theater to see this movie, I'll tell you this. If you didn't like it and explain maturely the legitimate reasons such as character development and story, that's fine. If you liked it because it met or subverted your expectations, that's very good as well. Now, if you hated the movie because you think it's woke and SJW propaganda, and then go out of your way to verbally, mentally, physically, and emotionally harass anyone that liked it, you need psychological help. Hands down. The same goes for people who love the movie and decide to go out of their way to call anyone who disliked the movie as sexist and racist, despite having legitimate and mature reasons for not liking the movie. You also need psychological help. Hands down. Anti-SJWs be like, oh no, April is black and fat, why isn't she hot and sexy? Me, I say, who the fuck cares? Can't you people enjoy anything without a goddamned anti-SJW woke lens for once in your lives? You're just as bad as them SJWs calling old school raunchy comedies like American Pie, Fast Times at Richmond High, and Ace Ventura problematic. There's gonna be a lot of backlash with this video I made. And that's all I have to say. I'm John of Video Games in the World. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on social media. Have a good one. Cowabunga.